This is Nightline. Tonight, royal return, the jaw-dropping announcement. Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan moving back to England 6 years after swapping their royal duties for life in California.
They've got a one-way flight to Heathrow, you say?
Was Buckingham Palace blindsided? And why some back home say they're not welcome anymore. Plus, the Lindsay Clancy murder trial. Hundreds dressed in pink, standing in silent solidarity with the mother accused of killing her 3 children. The jury sent home early for a second day in a row, and the court of public opinion reaching a fever pitch.
She sent her husband away so she could do it.
The system not only failed this woman who was begging for help, but those around her failed her too.
And pet cloning. Tom Brady did it, talking about it to Entertainment Tonight.
We named her Junie, and she's just been a great addition to our family.
And Barbra Streisand did it twice.
People want more time with their pets. People want a second chance.
Is it worth a $50,000 price tag?
He looks just like Choopy.
And when you replicate Rover, is it really Rover?
I don't think I would ever be able to love another dog unless it was Choopy's clone.
Did it feel like it was Choopy?
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, big news from across the pond. Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan announcing they're heading back to England after their abrupt departure 6 years ago, swapping their royal duties for life in California. Did the decision blindside Buckingham Palace? And why some Brits are saying they're not welcome? Here's ABC's Lama Hassan.
The stunning news, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will soon be leaving the US and relocating back to Britain. This coming 6 years after Megxit, when Harry and Meghan stepped down from their royal duties and moved out of the UK, where they left under a cloud of controversy.
They've got a one-way flight to Heathrow, you say?
I didn't know how to feel. Last time it was bad. It was real bad.
And it's been complete shock because I don't think that the UK public saw this coming.
The Telegraph reporting the move is planned for later this month, with the family believed to be taking up residence in a private, non-royal residence outside London. The paper also reporting that the couple's 2 children, 7-year-old Prince Archie and 5-year-old Princess Lilibet, as seen here on her Instagram, are enrolled to start at British schools in September.
They were looking in the Oxfordshire area and the Cotswolds. But, you know, there are royal residences, and with royal residences you get the security that's necessary. You know, ultimately, this is the King's son, these are the King's grandchildren, and they're going to need the security.
The Prince said that he was reluctant to bring his family back to England, citing security concerns after losing British police protection in 2020. Telling the BBC after losing a court battle to have it reinstated last year,
I can't see a world in which I would be bringing my wife and children back to the UK at this point.
But his position has changed, and the question now is why.
It is a complete U-turn to everything that they have said. They've had 6 years in the US. A lot of the stuff that they started off doing has fallen by the wayside now. There's an opportunity to make this move.
No comment yet from Buckingham Palace, but a source familiar with the matter says King Charles learned of the plans on Sunday. They will not be returning as working royals, at least not yet.
I think that maybe Harry is looking to come back full-time, who knows, to come back as a royal. That will, of course, cause friction at the moment with his brother.
This all happening as Harry remains estranged from his brother, Prince William.
There's been 3 meetings. There's been no meetings with his brother and no conversations, that we understand.
And as their father, King Charles, battles cancer, Harry and his family did meet with the King just last month.
What we do understand is that the King is looking forward to spending more time privately with Harry and Meghan and their children.
Tensions with the royal family increased as the couple shared pressures that led to their departure. In a 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey, they alleged racism inside the palace walls, and Meghan opened up about thoughts of taking her own life.
I just didn't want to be alive anymore. And that was a very clear and real and frightening, constant thought.
Harry's 2023 tell-all memoir, Spare, adding even more fuel to the feud, speaking with Michael Strahan at the time.
But I genuinely believe that if me and my family can reconcile, can put our differences behind us, but first there needs to be conversation and accountability. And if that doesn't happen, then that's very sad.
Whether the royal family will be able to make those things happen now, at least Harry has a better chance with the family back in Britain.
Will the brothers see each other? Will they reconcile? Will their children see each other?
Our thanks to Lama. We turn now to the latest events in the Massachusetts courtroom, where former nurse Lindsay Clancy is on trial for allegedly murdering her 3 children. The surprise announcement by the court dismissing the jury early for the 2nd day in a row. Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky.
Hundreds wearing pink, some waving flags, some standing quietly. Crowds lining the streets today in support of a woman on trial for murder. Inside the courtroom, Lindsay Clancy, a 36-year-old Massachusetts mother, stands accused of killing her 3 young children.
Mr. Reddington, what's your message to all these folks who are here today?
Thank you. That's all I can say. It's amazing.
All rise, please.
Clancy, a former labor and delivery nurse, is at the center of a gripping criminal trial that's ignited a national conversation about postpartum mental health and treatment.
We'll see you tomorrow morning for a longer day.
The judge today sent the jury home after less than an hour of testimony. The jury is not sequestered. It was the 2nd day of an unexpected early dismissal.
Today's early dismissals seem to be more about scheduling, and the defense is gauging out, I have a lot of witnesses on my witness list that could testify, but do I need more to prove that Lindsay Clancy lacked criminal intent?
This case is about this defendant, Lindsay Clancy.
The prosecution alleges the children's murders were intentional and meticulously planned because they say Clancy no longer liked the life she thought she wanted.
She did so with no hesitation, with deliberate premeditation, and extreme atrocity and cruelty.
The defense argues Clancy was an attentive and loving mom who suffered a psychotic break made worse by 13 different psychiatric medications prescribed to her in the 4 months before the tragedy.
She loved those children right up to the time of their death. This is a woman who did nothing in her life but dedicate her life to helping people and be a good person and a good nurse and a great mother.
Since the trial began more than 3 weeks ago, some of the testimony has been gut-wrenching, leaving Clancy in tears.
What about injuries?
All right, counsel could...
The case is also sparking a frenzy of opinions on social media.
No, she planned this out. She sent her husband away so she could do it.
The system not only failed this woman who was begging for help, but those around her failed her too.
It all began January 24th, 2023, when prosecutors say Clancy intentionally sent her then-husband Patrick to run errands, then strangled all 3 children with exercise bands during a 54-minute window when she was alone with them.
She goes to the 2nd floor master bedroom, locks the door, crushes up some pills, and attempts to take her own life.
Prosecutors say she used a knife to cut her wrists and neck and threw herself out a 2nd floor window, leaving her paralyzed from the waist down. Patrick Clancy testified when he returned home, he found an unimaginable scene, an eerie quiet in the house, and his wife bloody on the ground outside.
I said, "What happened?"
And what was her response?
She said, "I tried to kill myself."
Did you ask her anything else?
I said, "Where are the kids?"
And what was her response?
She said, "They're in the basement."
This week, the defense called a psychologist who has seen Clancy about 60 times since the murders. He testified she was suffering from psychosis that tragic day. Paul Zeisel facilitated Clancy's first phone call with Patrick 2 weeks after the children's deaths.
She had told Patrick that she loved him very much, and she had said that she heard a male voice ordering her, telling her that she didn't have any choice, but she had to kill her children and then kill herself.
Former mother-in-law Susan Clancy, also a nurse, testified that Lindsay Clancy was a wonderful mother who suffered from anxiety and insomnia and often tried to get help.
Lindsay was struggling. We were all very concerned.
But the doctors and nurses who testified for the prosecution and treated Clancy prior to the murders had a different observation of her.
She was completely denying any suicidal ideation or homicidal ideation. There were no signs of psychosis or mania.
The defense plans to rest their case tomorrow.
If she's found guilty, she'll go to a women's prison. If she's found not guilty by reason of lack of criminal intent or insanity, she'll be put into a mental health facility until she is found fit to be able to be released.
If you or anyone you love are suffering through any mental health crisis, including substance abuse, call or text the 988 helpline for free confidential assistance. Our thanks to Aaron. We will continue to follow this trial as it proceeds. And when we come back, Tom Brady, Barbra Streisand, and many more pet owners with an extra $50,000 cloning their beloved dogs. It may look like Rover and bark like Rover, but is it really Rover? Welcome back. Dog cloning sounds like the plot of a science fiction movie, but modern science has made it a reality for anyone with an extra $50,000 to spend. For many grieving pet owners, more time with their beloved fur baby, that's priceless. Here's Nightline's Ashin Singh.
Hi. Hi.
When Ariella Iorio walked into New York's JFK airport, she became one of the many pet owners
Smoochie.
who now bring home cloned animals. Smoochie is 35-year-old Ariella's miracle puppy. Born in a lab in Hong Kong, this Maltese Yorkie mix was made using DNA from Ariella's late dog, Choopy. Did it feel like it was Choopy?
It definitely a different soul.
He looks just like Choopy.
But just how he looked, it's a genetic match, like totally identical. And I don't think I would ever be able to love another dog unless it was Choopy's clone.
The world of pet cloning is dominated by celebrity headlines, like Paris Hilton and her duplicates, Barbra Streisand's cloned pooches, and Tom Brady and his copycat dog. Brady spoke about cloning Junie from Lua in an interview with Entertainment Tonight.
She's a girl, so we didn't want to call her Junior, so we named her Junie, and she's just been a great addition to our family.
Brady also becoming an investor, placing a healthy bet on a cloning fever boom with the US-based company Colossal Biosciences.
The idea that, our lifespan and their lifespans just don't overlap enough. People want more time with their pets. People want a second chance.
CEO Ben Lamb took a personal request from the GOAT.
So Tom called me and Tom said, look, dog's gonna pass away. My kids are devastated. Is there anything you can do to help? But I don't want to anesthetize her. I don't want to put her down.
Chief Animal Officer Matt James made the house call.
Ben, our CEO, called me and said, hey, I need you to go to Tom Brady's house and get samples from his dog. Tom really put this whole process on the map. He's been a great advocate for what this cloning technology can do.
Colossal and had already used the technology to clone those Native American direwolves made famous by Game of Thrones, using extinct animal skulls.
One way that the somatic cell nuclear transfer works is there's a microscopic needle that punctures a small hole into the egg, and that's where we can pull the egg's DNA out and put our DNA of interest in. We have new microscopes and cutting-edge technology that actually use lasers in a gentle way that we can then inject our DNA and heal the cell.
Those embryos then go into surrogates that give birth. The price tag for an individual pet owner is $50,000 per animal.
It's just so much turmoil and nervousness and a lot of money.
Choopy was Ariella's best friend. Had you grown up with dogs? Did you have dogs before?
Never. Choopy was my soul dog. He was with me through all the pivotal moments in my life. I really feel that he made my life what it is, and he gave it such a fun purpose.
Hi. Oh, you're home. No more China.
Ariella and her husband threw Smoochie a welcome party at her mom's house in Flushing, Queens, and said goodbye to Choopy.
He isn't here to replace Choopy because no one ever could. So tonight, we raise a glass to Choopy. What? Who are you? Who are you?
Choopy passed away at 9.5 years old in March of 2025 after a nearly 2-year battle with lymphoma. She had hoped to one day transplant bone marrow from a clone into Choopy. buying even more time.
In a perfect world, Choopy lives long enough.
Exactly.
And then you can do the bone marrow transplant from Choopy number 2
Right.
to Choopy number 1.
Right.
So your initial plan wasn't to actually replace Choopy. It was
to save his life. That was the plan.
They are identical.
Really?
From birth, identical.
So this is Oliver, right?
That's Oliver. Yeah.
Ollie, right here. Ollie, look at me. Ollie.
For Vanessa Johnson, growing up in a loving home with animals meant falling in love with her Shih Tzu Oliver was a reflex. She took him in when he was 6 years old. He passed at 17 and a half.
When Oliver was 15, he got a very aggressive form of oral malignant melanoma, and surgery was not possible.
Oliver died 2 days before Christmas.
I couldn't let go. And after he passed, I actually went back to the vet's office 3 different days and just sat and held him.
Like his...
Held his body.
We're living lives that are maybe a little less social, and so we're investing in our pets even more of our emotional well-being. So when we lose them, it's not just losing a dog, it's really losing our sense of connectedness with another being.
This emotional awareness is essential, says Andrea Arden, who has been a professional dog trainer for more than 20 years. A few of her clients have cloned their pets.
I do believe that the people using these services feel strongly that they are going to get back something that they didn't want to lose.
I don't have children. I'm not sending anyone to college. Having a family has not happened for me, so this is my family. Had I waited a year, though, I wouldn't have done it.
You wouldn't have done it?
No.
Really?
I don't regret doing it.
But you wouldn't have done it?
No. At that point, my heart had healed enough.
Vanessa making peace with her decision. She's nurturing a brand new relationship.
I would say Ollie is happier. Ollie's not grumpy at all.
When I hear numbers like $50,000 to $100,000 to clone a pet, that's an enormous amount of money. For the people who are using this service, it's worth it to them.
Open up a treat for him.
Ariella can't imagine life without Smoochie.
It's okay, baby.
His special qualities are written on the pages of a book she created for children with pets.
Love never dies, it only transforms.
You're so cute.
Our thanks to Ashin. When we come back, Dolly Parton setting records. The new honors earned by her classic, Jolene.
Jolene, 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 Jolene.
And finally, Dolly Parton makes history again. It's tonight's Nightlight. Amazing news for the Queen of Country, honored with 82 new global sales certification in 14 countries. Her anthem, 9 to 5, reaching diamond status in Canada with sales of more than 1 million.
Working 9 to 5, what a way to make a living.
And the star's iconic Jolene also topping that million mark in Canada and the Netherlands.
Jolene, 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 Jolene.
If that wasn't enough, Dolly was also celebrated at this week's Academy of Country Music Honors event with its Poets Award for her impact around the world. An authentic American treasure. That's Nightline for this evening. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.